sunshine. It's 6 a.m., 82 degrees. It got really, really hot yesterday, so we're hoping maybe it's a tiny bit cooler today. We're going to be checking in with Mike for all those wishful thinking.
Live from KSAT 12, Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
You own a snow cone or a ROSPA stand. You're doing very well for yourself this week. Good morning, everybody. It is 6 o'clock on your Wednesday, June 5th.
Hi, thanks for joining us. Yeah, it's been a hot week. Yesterday, and I've heard this from other people, just running errands. I can't imagine like working out in it, but you go inside to the AC and somebody was, actually it was my husband, he was inside. He was like, oh wow, you're hot. Just from coming from the parking lot, he was touching the top of my head.
No kidding. And Justin had that graphic yesterday as far as surfaces and walking your dog, that even the grass is super hot this time of year.
Because think about it, the grass doesn't have a whole lot of moisture in it,
right.
And when it gets that dry like that, and the ground is dry like that. So, but yeah, I can't imagine when you're talking about even ROSPA ice cream cone, how long that would last if you got one. You need a straw for a ROSPA or an ice cream cone, just because it's going to melt so quickly out there. It is hot and humid. We don't have that haze quite as much in this picture as we've seen the past couple of days. It feels like 90. The normal average high temperature today is 91. So it feels like the average high. The heat index right now is 94 there in Pleasanton. We have heat advisories, excessive heat warnings that go into effect this afternoon up until later on. Now, think back to yesterday also. We started off with the heat advisory for much of the area, including here in Bexar County. And then that was bumped up in the afternoon when we started getting those heat index readings above 115. So that is a possibility again today, because we will have, again, the very high heat index readings and the very high humidity. But there is a little bit of a glimmer of hope. Now, there is a small chance for a severe storm. It's all of the area. The atmosphere with all this moisture out there and the high heat is very, very volatile. And we're watching this complex of storms up there, Dallas, and notice how a little bit of an outflow has moved through Waco, heading in toward into northern Louisiana. So this thing is sort of spreading on out, moving down to the southeast. Now, the hope is that some of that energy works down through here. We get a little bit of a wind shift line, and that would kind of take the edge off later on this afternoon, and again, hopefully touch off a shower or thunderstorm or two. So we're already going to be up into the low 90s by noon, and then top off later on today at 100 again. There's that 20% chance for shower or thunderstorm. But of course, prior to that happening, we're going to have those heat index readings just brutally hot. Stays very hot all the way through the weekend. But there's some light at the end of the tunnel starting next week. I think you're going to like this. Wait for the 7-day forecast. Traffic Authority, RJ, anything big going on?
Mike, I did my own, real quick, I did my own little heat test in the car yesterday. I bought myself a iced tea. Want to see how long it would take for those ice cubes to melt. It didn't take very long. So definitely make sure to stay hydrated. And of course, people that are going to be out and about going to definitely have to be cranking the AC today. As we take a look here, 35 New Laredo Highway. This is our biggest trouble spot that we're seeing at the moment. And it is due to, of course, some ongoing construction that we're seeing on the southwest side of town. These are the southbound lanes right there at New Laredo Highway, right there, right before the 410 exit. And that's actually where we go to live night right now, where we find our photojournalist, Alex Gomez, who has made his way from the northwest side out to that part of town. Alex, how are things looking out there at I-35 and New Laredo Highway?
Yeah, good morning, RJ. And yeah, they're still hard at work right now. I don't see them wrapping up, so these lanes are going to be closed for a good while still. And also, if you're coming down 35 southbound, the exit to go 410 is also going to be closed. So a lot of drivers are trying to exit, but they can't. So they have to go further down to Fisher Road, take that U-turn to go 35 north, and then exit to 410 that way. So a bit of a headache this morning, but again, more construction. The good news is that I'm not seeing any crashes within any of the highways. So all construction this morning, RJ. All
right, thank you very much, Alex. Yeah, that can definitely cause a lot more problems when we see some stalled vehicles or any sort of minor crashes in those areas. As we take a look at our maps here, and this is the spot where Alex is at right now, and we are seeing some backup here all the way up to Casson Road, and it looks like things are backing up a little bit to Somerset Road there as well. So good information there from Alex. I was wondering if that 410 exit was closed. We got that confirmed with our guy on the ground there. So good information there. Guys, this is the biggest trouble spot that we're seeing right now. Everything else across the city is looking pretty good. Mark, Steph, back to you guys.
Thank you, RJ. New this morning, San Antonio police say a man was killed in a motorcycle crash last night. It happened at Stubing Parkway and Catman Lane around 9:30 p.m. on the northwest side. Police say the man in his 20s lost control of the motorcycle and crashed into a light pole. EMS crews tried to save him, but the rider died at the scene. No other vehicles were involved.
A 19-year-old man shot by a San Antonio police officer has died. It happened around 5:15 yesterday evening at an apartment complex on Babcock Road near the medical center. And that's where a woman says she called police after fighting with her boyfriend, who she says returned with a gun. An officer says he found a man pointing a gun at the woman, heard the gun go off, then fired his own weapon. The woman was not hurt. The man died at a nearby hospital. Police Chief William McManus described the situation as a domestic dispute. And if you or someone you know is in an abusive relationship, we want you to know help is available to you anytime. Scan that QR code on your screen and that will direct you to a long list of resources. You can also visit KSAT.com/domestic violence.
The healing continues for a convenience store clerk who was shot during an apparent robbery here nearly 2 weeks ago. San Antonio police also searching for the suspected shooter seen in store surveillance video. Investigators say that suspect walked into El Sendero Food Mart the night of May 22nd and shot the 33-year-old clerk almost instantly. People in the area of El Sendero and Thousand Oaks have been on edge ever since.
I just hope they catch him, because then we can rest a little easier, be a little bit more relaxed here.
They're going to do their job, and he can't hide forever, so they'll eventually catch up to him.
Although that suspect was caught on camera, police have not tracked him down. The store owner says the clerk who was shot could be back at work soon.
And turning toward the border, President Biden's executive order on immigration went into effect overnight.
It limits the number of migrants who enter the U.S. illegally from staying here as they seek asylum.
As ABC's Christian Cordero tells us, the move is already getting pushback from both sides.
This morning, sweeping new rules for migrants at the southern border. In an aggressive executive action, President Biden immediately shutting down the asylum process in the U.S. for people crossing the border illegally, once migrant apprehensions averaged 2,500 a day over the course of a week.
Doing nothing is not an option. We have to act.
The rules would hold until unscheduled apprehensions dip below 1,500 per day for 2 weeks. There are limited exceptions for unaccompanied children and victims of human trafficking, and there is no limit on the legal process at ports of entry. The administration says something needed to be done to break months-long opposition to a bipartisan border security bill from congressional Republicans and their party's standard bearer.
The Republicans in Congress got a call from Donald Trump, don't do the deal. Because, you see, he'd prefer to run on a problem instead of fixing a problem.
Former President Trump is now among the Republicans, saying Biden's move is too little, too late.
The truth is that Joe Biden's executive order won't stop the invasion. It's weak and it's pathetic.
Immigration advocates worry the executive order will only worsen the already months-long backlog at border crossings and endanger migrants.
What we are expecting now is that the Biden administration will weaponize what's left of our asylum system to criminalize migrants.
The president risking legal and political blowback from all sides, including progressives who worry with Republicans not budging on their stance against Biden, the move could backfire.
I think in the end we end up hurting the very people that we're fighting for.
The ACLU says it plans to challenge Biden's action in court. Christian Cordero, ABC News, Washington.
In other headlines, current and former employees at two major artificial intelligence companies are sounding the alarm about what they describe as a reckless and secretive industry. In an open letter, the group is calling for AI companies to stop blocking employees from openly criticizing them and create anonymous ways for employees to voice concerns to regulators. So far, not a single federal law governing AI has been passed.
An out-of-this-world mystery, a 15-inch piece of metal and carbon fell out of the sky into a North Carolina man's home. Now, Mike Wooten thought a bird flew into his window, but then found a strange object that could be debris from space. So far, no official word on the source of that object, but one expert claims that a SpaceX capsule may have passed over the impact site, and SpaceX hasn't commented.
Some of the last surviving veterans of World War II are gathering in France today. Celebrations underway ahead of tomorrow's 80th anniversary of D-Day. That's when the U.S. and other Allied forces stormed the beaches of Normandy in 1944. It's considered the beginning of the end for Nazi Germany. Few veterans from back then are still alive, and those who are right around 100 years old.
Time now 6:10 and 82 degrees for now.
Still to come, we're checking out the sights and sounds of Cowboys minicamp as players get back to work up in Frisco.
And let's look out there with live cam. It's been a hot week, and yesterday got really hot in the afternoon, but Mike says he might have a glimmer of hope for next week. We're all ears, Mike. Welcome back at 6:13. Well, get your running shoes on. Today is Global Running Day, and several running clubs will host community runs around the town and other events to celebrate. So we have a full breakdown on our website. It's all on KSAT.com.
Y'all are brave. All right, to celebrate today, Rock and Roll Running Series celebrating with steep discounts on its races. You can save up to $30 for entry for the marathon, half marathon, 10K, and 5K. Alamo City's biggest running weekend is happening December 7th and 8th, which will be thankfully much cooler.
Yes.
We have the links and more info on our website.
Yes, I will also be registering to run Rock and Roll this year. I always wait till Global Running Day to register because of the discounts.
Right.
And so, yeah, this is a picture of some of the runs I've done. This is the women's run last July. There's a lot that happens here locally. This is actually the Alamo 13.1. That was last year, and I think that one was the donut run.
I know that Rooney started running with you in some of these. Is she still doing that, or is she taking a break?
Well, you know, it's interesting you ask. A little bit of a break. She still likes to get out there, but she's kind of like wanting to do more of her sporting, like volleyball and basketball. She's actually in basketball camp this week. But I remember, you know, before those teams were available to her, she was like, she wanted to get out there and run. So hopefully she'll join me for the women's run in July. But not the Rock and Roll. Too many miles.
Too many miles. All right. By 6:15 right now.
Let's go ahead and check in with another runner, RJ.
No, I try. Yesterday I tried, and I immediately turned into a walk and find shade. That's what it was all about for me yesterday. And, you know, Stephanie has a Tim Duncan-esque, you know, medal trophy room when it comes to all the runs that she's done. So, yeah, Stephanie's definitely out there pounding the pavement. All right, speaking of that, our drivers, I-35 southbound New Laredo Highway, we are starting to see some construction kind of clear up in this area, or it could be the opposite, actually. Because now we're seeing not too much traffic get through here. I wanted to see if we could get a car kind of go through this area. So you know what, while we're at it here, let's go ahead and check in with Alex, because I know that he's in the area. Alex, what are things looking like out there? And let me know, because right now, based on our TransGuide traffic shot, it didn't look like we were getting much traffic going through there. How are things looking out there?
Yeah, right now there should be no movement from 35 southbound because they actually closed it off while they do some work on both lanes. So both lanes are temporarily closed right now because you can see right here workers are actually still working on the lanes right here at 35 south. Even the exit 2410 is closed off right now. So they're still hard at work. I'm not seeing too much of a wrap up right now, but again, 35 south is going to be closed for both lanes. 35 northbound has no effect right now. But again, I'm going to still be in this area, and if anything changes, I'll let you know. But right now, there should be no movement again, RJ.
All right. Thank you very much, Alex. Yeah. And you know what? That's why we're glad that we have them there, because, again, I just couldn't really tell if they were actually just kind of clearing things out in that area or they were going ahead and closing down I-35 southbound. Either way, it looks like we have some major delays that will continue on in that area. One other little spot to let you know about, and this is not causing any major delays right now. Just keep in mind, 281 northbound at Loop 1604, the interchange, we had a stalled vehicle in that area. But guys, it seems like the biggest issue that we're seeing at the moment is going to be out there at 35 and obviously New Laredo Highway. So I was checking in on some of the outbound traffic times. There we go. And that Lidl one just updated there. 51 minutes if you're heading right now on southbound 35 out of the downtown San Antonio area to anywhere on the southwest side.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, RJ.
Had to run a quick errand yesterday about 5:30ish or something like that in the middle of all this heat, and I saw somebody running through the neighborhood. It's like,
You have to, otherwise your soles will melt into the pavement or sidewalk.
Well, but I mean,
It's so hot.
This gal's running at 5:30. I don't know how.
Well, hopefully she drank a lot of water.
Jeez.
And looked for shade.
Anyway, all right. Take your mind off of the heat. How about the noise? Cicadas. Never seen a picture of one of these things coming out of its, I don't know if it's cocoon, just the shell, and then they...
That's a great
because you always see the empty shells
You do.
all around.
Yeah.
And they're split down the back like that. But
Yeah, great job, Yvonne.
yeah, very cool picture.
Cicadas on the half shell. Thank you, Mike.
Oh, wow. Ugly, noisy, but they don't do anything to you. But yeah, you see one of those things and it's like, just big head staring at you. So, all right, thank you very much for that picture. All right, it's hot and humid out there right now. Heat advisory is going to affect this afternoon. Excessive heat warnings, and like was the case yesterday, where in the middle of the afternoon the excessive heat warning was issued, and for more counties that may be the situation again today, just given the fact that we do have the humidity which will be sticking around. However, one thing that may help us out today, now there is a small chance for a severe storm, even though it's all around the area. Not everybody's going to be seeing rain today. It's going to be probably just a handful of us. We've got this big cluster of rain, these storms up here, Dallas, Texarkana, and notice how the outflow boundary has just moved through Waco right there. That's going to continue to work down in our direction. And this computer model, this is the one that's a little more optimistic, I guess you could say, as far as this continuing down from Waco and working its way down to the south and to even the southwest, sort of spreading out. The brunt of this thing is going to be heading over there toward Louisiana, but it will still have some of this energy coming on through here. This model wants to have it to scare up a couple of showers by noontime. Yeah, that's possible. I kind of doubt it this morning, but if it does happen, that's going to be fantastic, obviously. But with that energy hanging around here then, and if we get into a little bit of a northeasterly flow in the atmosphere, that could trim some of the humidity as well. And then a few more of those showers and storms trying to pop up there off in parts of the hill country later on today. So again, as that line moves on through here, that wave of energy, if you will, that kind of outflow boundary, hopefully that's going to touch something off. So 100 today, all the way through the weekend, and we will see a bit of a drop in the humidity by later in the week and the weekend. I mean, it's still going to be very hot, but we're not going to have just that ridiculous humidity like we are having right now. And then a bit of a weak front comes through here to start off next week. And that may be a little bit, believe it or not, on the warm side as far as those temperatures, 96, 95, and then down into the lower 90s by the middle of the week. So we are looking at seeing temperatures get down to where they should be by the middle of next week, and also just a small chance for a couple of showers around there. But in the meantime, just got to grin and bear it with the heat through the weekend. I hear music. That means I have to toss to a break.
If you're living with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis or active psoriatic arthritis, symptoms can sometimes take you out of the moment. Now there's Skyrizi. So you can show up with clearer skin and show it off. Nothing is everything. With Skyrizi, you could take each step with 90% clearer skin. And if you have psoriatic arthritis, Skyrizi can help you get moving with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. And Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine, or plan to.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and less joint pain. And that means everything. Ask your doctor about how Skyrizi could help with your skin or joint symptoms. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
6:24 in morning sports. Longtime Dallas Cowboys right guard Zach Martin and most of his teammates opened up mandatory minicamp at the Star in Frisco.
Well, the 34-year-old Martin is gearing up for a potential final season, as he told the Dallas Morning News.
KSAT's Mary Rominger is in Frisco and brings us the latest from day one.
So far, mandatory mini camps is showing us the Cowboys 2024 draft class is capable of filling some immediate voids. Head coach Mike McCarthy tabbing the group as the best the team has had, and veteran offensive tackle Tyler Smith, who will likely have a couple of new guys on either side of him for the first time in a long time this season, is loving what he's seeing.
As far as the O-line room goes, I've been blown away. We went out and got a great athletes, great football players, and Coop, Tyler, and Nathan, and they're extremely athletic guys who have a lot of upside, guys who are learning fast.
But with positive comes some negative.
CeeDee's not here today, so.
The holdout continues for wide receiver CeeDee Lamb, who is eyeing a significant contract extension, one that could top or come close to fellow wideout Justin Jefferson, who just inked a historic $140 million extension with the Minnesota Vikings. Lamb is subject to fines each day he misses camp, but McCarthy isn't breaking a sweat on the football side.
Everybody's engaged, and I have no qualms or don't lack no confidence as far as our vets being ready. For all the veteran players, they've been engaged, and we'll be in a great spot.
Our coverage from day 2 of camp continues this evening. From Frisco, Mary Rominger, KSAT 12 Sports.
Thanks, Mary. Time now 6:26 and 82 degrees for now.
Some of our travel times are not great this morning. Let's take a look at 35 and New Laredo Highway right now. We've got a backup of traffic in that area, and we'll have an update with RJ. Outside with live cam, we're hoping today goes much differently as far as temperatures and humidity. We set a record we did not want to break yesterday as far as the heat index here in San Antonio.
Yeah, we set that record. I think we could all tell with the temperatures. Well, welcome back at 6:30. It is Wednesday, June 5th.
And as we spoke it, Mike popped it up on the screen behind him here in Cube B, and ouch. It's a number we never want to see.
Yeah, the air temperature record was 103, and then the heat index, the highest ever recorded in, the 103 was for yesterday's date, but this was the highest ever recorded in San Antonio as far as the heat index. When you factor in the air temperature, the humidity, some other factors, it's basically the inability that your body cools itself. So yeah, and like I was saying last half hour, I can't imagine what the air temperature would have been had we had much lower humidity, because it takes so much energy to heat up very moist air, and had it been drier, thermometers would have just skyrocketed yesterday. So it would have been more comfortable in the shade. Anyway, we've got the humidity out there right now. You can see that haze kind of hanging over everything. 89 for a heat index, 92 Floresville. Same thing over there at Nixon. Uvalde, add 25 degrees to these numbers, and that's what it's going to feel like later on today, 110 and even higher. Heat advisories, excessive heat warnings in effect for our southern counties again today. Now, we've got the chance for, the atmosphere is really volatile, but you got to get some sort of a triggering mechanism. So we do have a small chance for a severe storm. There is a complex up there around the northeastern part of the state right now. It's actually kind of some of the energy moving in toward Waco. That's the hope that we have to get a couple of showers, maybe a stray thunderstorm around here, and perhaps trim the humidity a little bit. But we are going to be up to triple digits again. The record today is 102. So again, close call. Heat index, like I said, 110. And then hopefully one or two of those storms, and that would maybe, like I said, trim some of that humidity. We will get a drop in the humidity going into the weekend. It's still going to be hot out there, but we'll see some subtle changes, and then some more pronounced changes going into next week, which may actually put us back down to where we should be in the low 90s this time of year. Details on that coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority. Once again, there's a lot going on out there.
Yes, definitely, Mike, especially here on the southwest side, 35 at New Laredo Highway. I'm going to go ahead and step out of the way here real quick as we take a look at our TransGuide traffic cameras. I've been trying to figure out what exactly is going on here, and it looks like they have gone ahead and started to pick up some of this construction that we're seeing out here. Earlier, they had completely shut down 35 southbound right there because it looked like they did sort of a traffic switch when it came to some of the construction out there in this area. So let's go ahead and check back in with Alex Gomez. He's been out there for the better part, about 20 minutes or so. Alex, what are you looking at right now in the southwest side?
Well done already for this morning. This is going to be 35 southbound right at the 410 interchange, and it looks like they're picking up cones, they're picking up those barrels, and they're going to open up the lanes again. So the exit is also reopened, and it looks like things are going to start moving again pretty soon from now. But again, 35 south is going to be backed up from about the 410 interchange back to about Casson Drive and Somerset Road. But we should be seeing some relief soon.
All right, Alex, so were you able to get your coffee, man? Obviously, anything to kind of get through some of the traffic woes that we're seeing this morning, right?
Hey, it's getting near to the end right now, so I'm ready for a break to get some more coffee. I'll meet you in the break room, RJ.
Definitely, man. Sounds like a plan. All right, let's come back out here to maps and show you exactly some of the backup that Alex was talking about here. So again, we've been seeing this issue here, 35 southbound, 410. Casson Road is right there, and Somerset Road a little bit further up here. But it looks like, based on this shot, like we are starting to see some traffic move through the area. This has been our biggest trouble spot that we've been seeing throughout the entire morning. Even 35 over at Walsham has been moving a lot smoother than what we've seen over the past 24 hours or so as we take a look at the citywide map. And again, no other major accidents or delays to let you know about, but we will continue to keep an eye on the roads. Mark, Steph, back to you guys.
Thank you, RJ. San Antonio College is home to the first and only mortuary on a college campus, and services to the public are now being offered.
Well, the opening comes at a critical time since the U.S. is facing a shortage of funeral directors. About 60% of directors are expected to retire in the next 5 years.
Patty Santos got an up-close look at how the full-service mortuary will prepare the next generation of undertakers.
This is the San Antonio College Mortuary at Ashby House.
It's been the vision for San Antonio College, led by Mortuary Science Program Coordinator Mary Mena.
That idea started about 16 years ago, actually. And here it is, 16 years later that we have our own funeral home.
SAC already offers 2 programs, a year-long funeral director certificate, which teaches students how to make arrangements and guide families, and a 2-year associate in science mortuary degree in funeral directing and embalming.
On the other side is the embalming facilities. We actually do our own embalming on campus.
We are doing everything we can to produce the best class funeral directors and embalmers.
Jennifer Floyd, funeral director for SAC Mortuary, says students will now get the full scope of how to help families during a fragile time.
Your loved ones are only going to die one time, and we only get one time to do it right. We don't get do-overs.
But everyone has to start and learn somewhere. Now, that place is here.
How is it that students do when you bring them here when they actually have to do this? Are they pretty nervous?
Well, I think that we all are. I think that 24 years later, I'm still nervous. The unique thing about being in the funeral industry is that no family is alike.
The cost of the new mortuary facility is estimated at $300,000, and it includes a new hearse. Lloyd says the college doesn't expect to make a profit. Every dollar earned goes back into the program. How does choosing SAC Mortuary over others compare in price?
We're in the middle. We are not the least expensive. We're also not the most expensive. The goal was to be in the middle, so we're non-competitive.
And they tell us each year about 20 to 25 students are certified through these programs. Now, we checked with the National Funeral Directors Association, and they tell us they have not heard of any other college that has a mortuary on its campus. So being the first, the staff here tell me they are learning a lot to make this program better, and maybe other colleges might soon offer this kind of program. Guys, we'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Patty. Well, now to a story we've been following very closely. The extreme heat, high humidity, and high school graduations here in San Antonio. 3 high schools within the San Antonio Independent School District have actually changed their plans for graduation due to the extreme weather.
Brackenridge, Sam Houston, and Highlands High Schools were set to walk the stage outside at Alamo Stadium. However, that heat prompted the district to move the ceremonies indoors at the Alamo Convocation Center.
We were there last night. Families and friends of Brackenridge High School senior class filled the Alamo Convocation Center for graduation. Indoor seating was first come, first served, with overflow seating available at Alamo Stadium. SAISD is live streaming each ceremony.
I just want to see my daughter be live. I don't want to see her through the screen. All my other kids, I've seen them through live.
He's the first one of the family to graduate. It means the world to me to be able to be there
close by and be able to take pictures.
Well, looking ahead, Sam Houston and Highlands High School graduations will be inside the Alamo Convocation Center instead of Alamo Stadium. In Sam Houston, that one's happening Friday, June 7th, and Highlands is a Saturday, June 8th. Now, both graduations are scheduled for 8 p.m.
Edgewood ISD also delaying 2 of its graduations because of the heat. Outdoor ceremonies for Kennedy and Memorial High Schools will now start at 8:30 p.m. instead of 8. Kennedy's graduation is set for tonight, followed by Memorial on Thursday. Gates open at Edgewood Veterans Stadium both nights at 7:15. Well, starting at midnight last night, most people crossing our southern border illegally and trying to seek asylum will be turned away. It's part of President Biden's new executive order, which he says is to, quote, gain control of the U.S.-Mexico border. The order caps the number of people who can seek asylum at the border once a certain number have already come through.
Well, under the new policy, after 7 straight days of more than 2,500 people being stopped at the border, anyone claiming asylum after that will be turned away. That's supposed to change once the amount of people who are stopped drops down to less than 1,500 a day for 2 weeks straight.
There are some exceptions. Unaccompanied children will not be turned away. The new order also only applies to, quote, unscheduled arrivals. So migrants who make an appointment can still claim asylum.
And they can.
We're dealing with migrant deaths. We're dealing with stash houses. We're dealing with sex trafficking. Bodies found dumped on the side of the road. It's something that we continue to see. And in years past, we didn't see it to the extent that we're seeing it now. Today's executive order that was put out, it's not perfect yet, but I think it's certainly a step in the right direction.
And that was just a small part of our interview with Sheriff Javier Salazar. You can watch the full conversation and read more about President Biden's new executive order over on our website at KSAT.com.
Both our mayor and the sheriff were both in D.C. yesterday for all of that. Right now, 6:39, 82 degrees.
So out there with live cam, 82, not too cool out there. If you're nice and comfy in your AC, kind of prepare for that heat when you open the door. We'll be right back.
Happening today, KSAT 12 and AARP will be hosting a discussion on the future of Social Security over at Stable Hall at the Pearl. Our Stephanie Jimenez will be hosting and talking to 3 experts about what's at stake and what you can do to protect your Social Security. Now, we want to let you know this event is full, but we will have more information on KSAT.com.
And the time now is 6:43, and some of the roadways look pretty good. Let's check back with RJ.
Yeah, guys, we have definitely cleared things out there on the southwest side, 35 south at New Laredo Highways. Take a look at some of our other TransGuide traffic cameras. 281 Oak Creek, traffic moving pretty smooth both directions right there. See if we get one more here. 281 Brook Hollow Road on the far northwest side of town. Let's go ahead and check in with Alex Gomez one last time during our 6 o'clock hour. And Alex, where are you headed right now, man?
I'm headed to the downtown area right now, RJ. This is going to be 35 northbound near Military Drive. So far, coming into the city has no issues right now. So I'm driving along with our south side commuters and no issues. No crashes that I've seen reported in this area, RJ.
All right, that's good news, and great job again, Alex, covering some of the construction issues that we've been seeing out there over the past couple of days or so on many parts of the city of San Antonio. We do have an incident to let you know about, a stalled vehicle, Loop 410 northbound at Rigsby Avenue on the east side of town, but you see it's not causing too many delays at the moment right now. And speaking of construction, want to let you know about an ongoing project that started last night. So this is going to be through the rest of this year at least. Basically 1604 westbound, the entrance ramp at Babcock Road and the exit ramp at Kyle Seal Parkway. Those have been closed as they continue to work on the 1604 North expansion right there by UTSA. So at least, you know what, school's out in Brandeis High School, UTSA, but this is something that obviously will continue to follow throughout the summer and then as we get to the fall.
I was trying to remember which high school was closest, Brandeis, and you're right, it is Brandeis.
Brandeis, UTSA, right there.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Thank you, RJ.
Thanks,
Hopefully no summer school.
No matter how hot and humid it gets, leave it up to Mr. McClellan to take a beautiful picture out there at Woodlawn Lake. Yeah, hot and smoky.
Beautiful.
Great shot, though. Thank you very much for that. Appreciate that one. All right, speaking of hot and humid and everything else, Yeah, there's all that haze once again that's just kind of sitting on top of us with all the little bit of the smoke, a little bit of the a lot of bit, I should say, the humidity. Here's this big storm complex up there that has been working its way through Dallas, Texarkana, now going down almost toward Houston, and some of these showers and storms just to the east of Waco, right around College Station. So as you can see, this is pushing clouds down in our direction, and the hoping it's already showing up on this little closer view right here on College Station. So this is going to continue to work down in our direction. So this is why we do have that chance for a couple of stray showers or a thunderstorm later on today. This is the computer model that's really picking that up quite well, and it wants to hold it together and come on in here throughout the course of the morning in our northeastern counties. So if this does indeed hold together like this, great. A lot of times these things continue to sort of fall apart just after sunrise. However, it's going to keep enough energy around to where even by later on this afternoon, we'll start to see then a few more of those showers and thunderstorms kind of popping up around the area, and hopefully keeping a few more clouds hanging in here as well to hold temperatures down somewhat, but still with all the humidity and everything going for 100 again today. There is that small chance that with the atmosphere so primed, it's very volatile, that if anything does pop up, it could become strong to potentially severe high winds and hail with that. All right, here's what's going on. We've got the high, which is parked just to the west of us. Couple different things. It's leaving the door open for all that humidity to continue to pump on in here. But this is also around the clockwise rotation, allowing that system to come in here from the northern portion of the state. Now, as the high works its way in on top of us, normally that's not a good thing because that just sits on top and pushes down in the atmosphere. But what it's going to be doing is taking the drier air upstairs and pushing that down here. So we will, as we call it, have a lot more mixing of the moisture in the atmosphere. In other words, it'll be drier. So we'll get rid of the just ridiculously high humidity going into the weekend. Then, as we go into the first part of next week, that thing works its way down to the southwest into Mexico, and we will start to see another big low develop up there. We're going to have more of a north to northwesterly flow, so that's going to help to bring down some cooler temperatures, and then cooler being back to normal readings by the middle part of the week. Now, until then, we still are going to have triple digits around here. So a lot of humidity. Again, the humidity tends to drop off as we go on into the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but of course still very, very hot. And then that chance, yes, actually it's going to be kind of a weak front that moves in here first part of the week. Who'd have thought 96 behind is going to be like, wow, oh my God.
That's fabulous.
But and then even a little bit cooler than that toward the middle part of the week, or not as hot, I should say.
Okay, well, we look forward to that. Any break?
Yes.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Mike. Right now, 6:48, 82 degrees.
And here's a look at what's coming up at 7 on GMA.
Good morning. It is great to be with you. Coming up here on GMA, we are following the latest on the big change at the border. President Biden's executive action taking effect overnight. We're there live. Plus, National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan will join us to discuss. Also, Amanda Knox is back in an Italian courtroom this morning, hoping to clear her name on a slander charge related to the 2007 murder of her roommate. We're also going to take on the debate that is lighting up social media. Do you return your grocery cart? Why one mom says no way and why you might agree. I don't know. I always tip those guys. Also, Deals and Steals celebrating Pride. You'll see it on GMA.
In this morning's GMA First Look, the Boy Meets World star pregnant at age 54.
Ready.
Actress Trina McGee first introduced us to fan favorite Angela over 25 years ago. But this week, the 54-year-old announcing that someone unexpected would be meeting the world, her fourth child. And this morning, she's speaking out to GMA.
I can't wait. Are you kidding? I have all this wisdom now and I know things and I made all these mistakes and I had some real triumphs with my other kids too. So now I can combine all that and I can pour it into this child.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll hear how rare pregnancy at this age is and have much more of Trina McGee's story. With your GMA First Look, I'm Janae Norman, ABC News, New York.
All right. We got the truck all loaded. Beautiful people. It is 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm already sweating buckets because that's just how it is here in South Texas this time of year. We're about to drive from San Antonio all the way over to Houston, where it's even more humid, to go talk with the Houston Texans to get to know how things are going in minicamp right now. We're going to talk with head coach D'Amico Ryans as well as a couple of players. We're going to have updates for you throughout the day on the Houston Texans minicamp, so make sure you stay locked on KSAT, on air, online, on social media for everything you need to know. We'll see you soon.
Thank you, Nick. Have a good trip over to Houston. Today at noon, we're diving into the ways the San Antonio Food Bank can help you and your family, plus the many ways hunger impact our community.
We're, well known but not known well, and I think it answers that question of most people know the San Antonio Food Bank for our distribution of food, either groceries or meals, but they really don't know the robust services that we offer.
Eric Cooper from the Food Bank. Summer is usually when the food bank sees a rise in need. On the news at noon, we're taking the show on the road. Ursula, Tiffany Huertas, and David Sears will be live from the San Antonio Food Bank, bringing you stories from all over the community as summer begins.
Well, time now is 6:55, and Alex said earlier, yes, it's hot outside, but the roads are dry. So from this angle, looks okay.
Yeah, things looking pretty good out there. And, I saw Nick earlier and I was like, either you're here really late, dude, working, or you're here really early. It turns out
early.
Yeah, he's headed out, especially in I-10 eastbound, headed out, going to go past Seguin and obviously to the Houston area. Things looking pretty good across the city right now. 35 at Walsham Road. Good news, we cleared out all that construction there. 90 at I-35, same situation there as well. Let's give you one quick look here at the city of San Antonio as I make my way back to the desk here. A couple things to let you know about. Loop 410 westbound at Bandera Road have an incident there. It's being reported as a stall right now. And I-10 west at WW White. So we are seeing a little bit of things here on I-10. So I think Nick's probably already gotten past this part of the city for sure. But if you are headed I-10 west WW White, keep that in mind. Mike?
Feels like 89 degrees out there at the airport as of right now. We've got the heat advisories, excessive heat warnings going to effect later on this afternoon, and a small chance for a couple of showers and thunderstorms out there. We are going to be hitting 100 right around 4 or 5 o'clock. Of course, the heat index is going to be up around 110, but yeah, keep our fingers crossed that we get a little bit of a break later on today. So
everybody doing it? Mike? Okay, thank you.
Best.
Chris?
Chris?
Thank you.
Okay, everybody. Have a good day, guys.